We were just talking with other people from down the northern neck a few minutes ago.
Not all of what Bill Scott is or stands for comes across on the campaign trail.
You're there now?
I'm lost, first year lost.
You feel the warmth for people, the flashes of humor, but you don't see the hard work. You see the strength of his convictions, but not the study and thought behind them. For the next few minutes, meet the man who wants to be your next senator. William Lloyd Scott was born in Williamsburg, the youngest of 5 children. Life was never easy for the Scott family. But when Bill was 9, it suddenly got a lot tougher. Bill's daughter, Gail, recalls the tragedy.
Dad's father was a railroad engineer. One day, the train was on a West Virginia run. A flood had washed the trestle away. The train crashed into the water. His father was drowned.
By the time Bill graduated from high school, he'd held down quite a few jobs, but he still found time to become the school debating champion. Later at George Washington University, he tried out his powers of persuasion on a pretty nurse. The second time they met, he proposed. 10 days later, they were married. With a young family and a law degree, Scott joined the Justice Department, eventually becoming a chief trial attorney. In 1966, friends in the 8th Virginia District, his home, asked Bill Scott to run for Congress. He won, and later was re-elected for 2 more terms. There are some things a man has to be proud of, says Bill. He thinks of his 3 children, Bill Jr., Paul, and Gail, the home they've lived in for 26 years. The boys through law school and Gail through graduate school at Cornell.
Somehow, Dad found the time to teach Sunday school for 21 years, become a 32nd degree Mason, and active member of his American Legion post. Oh, and president of 3 PTAs.
The idea that people can walk away from a job that needs doing never occurred to Bill Scott. Democratic conventions in Roanoke and Miami were climaxed by a sharp veer to the left. A once responsible party in Virginia deserted people by the hundreds of thousands. Virginia's voice in the U.S. Senate was often divided. Its vote too often canceled by a freshman senator who was clearly out of step with the people of Virginia. Now, Bill Scott speaks for the majority of Virginians in calling for greater government economy. 3 times he was awarded the Watchdog of the Treasury by the National Associated Businessmen. He has worked in Congress to end the busing of school children to achieve racial balance. He has raised his voice against a voting rights measure which discriminates against Virginia and 5 other southern states. He supports the president's efforts to bring about a just peace in Vietnam. In the Senate, Bill Scott will work to give Virginia a stronger voice in Washington. He asks for your support. On November 7th, vote for Scott for the U.S. Senate. Virginia and the president need him.